A2theK. We're back again, Carl. We're back again.
We are back.
Right, we're back again with another hot takes because I fucking love doing hot takes, right? We're back. We've had more comebacks on this show than Eminem has his whole career, I think, at this point.
But not as much as Kim Kardashian had on it.
Hey! So, hot takes, Carl. I've enjoyed doing hot takes the last 2-3 segments we did.
Yeah.
Now, what we've normally done is I've happened across a post of hot takes from one of our friends on Instagram. We usually credit them. This time, I'm not going to credit any.
He's gone fucking rogue.
This time, I've gone hunting for hot takes. Right?
That's its own show in itself. Hunting for hot takes.
These have come from various different places. So apologies if it's your hot take. Apologies if it's come from a certain place. I don't care. I've just been looking for them and going, that's a good one. I'm going to run it by Carl. Carl has no idea this time what we're doing. He normally does the graphics, so this has been fun.
Yeah.
He has no idea what ones we're putting to him. We, the royal we.
Yeah.
And these have come from various different places, Reddit, Instagram, wherever I could find them. Even one from a wrestler himself.
Okay.
Not directly to me, just a comment he made, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
Okay.
So, without further ado, Carl.
Well, before we do this,
apologies. Go on.
do you want to introduce the amazing scale we have in place? In case anyone doesn't know.
Okay, so last
time,
last
it's
time.
inspired by Hot Ones.
Of course. No.
A little.
So, because it's inspired by Hot Ones a little bit without any sort of copyright infringement. Being
Love you, Sean Evans.
Last time we sort of winged it and played with the format of a level, and Carl affectionately called it the scoffle level, and I fucking loved it. So we're gonna try and do that a bit more thoroughly this time. So we're gonna introduce the scoffle level, which is a 1 to 5 level, and Carl's gonna tell you just how hot that take was for him. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you see his face go red, you know that one was the one.
And it's always pretty red, to be fair. So can we do it? Can we do it?
Hold on, let me get my notes up, mate. Okay.
Yeah.
Do
it.
it.
You ready?
Do it. So first one up.
Your favourite.
Bronathan Breaker.
Bronathan Breaker.
Look, I'll prove on my notes. Right.
Okay.
So this one is a nice easy one, Carl, and this is actually probably not anyone's hot take except my own.
Okay.
Right? But no, this is the opposite of my thing. It's clearly someone's hot take because I don't believe this, right?
Okay.
This one pains me.
Okay.
But I find it a hot take. Other people might be like, that's not a hot take. It fucking is, right?
Okay.
And that is the concept that Bron Breakker is a future world champion. Now, I am not going to deny that this guy has got wrestling talent. I think he relies more on the family name, and I think he's very much an intercontinental champion. I don't think he'll ever be a world champion. That's my opinion on it, and that's why I consider it a hot take. So the hot take, technically, Carl, is that he is world championship material. Hit me with it.
Do you know what? I'm not a fan of the guy. I agree with a lot of what you said. I think he's going to win a world title.
Going to win one or be world championship material?
I mean, I don't think he's world championship material, but if he wins the world championship, then
okay,
technically.
So let's go on 2 levels here. Is he likely to win the world championship?
Yes.
Okay. Will he be a good world champion?
No.
Okay.
No.
Would he ever get near the world championship if his name was Steiner?
Honestly, it's helped. It's definitely helped, but still, maybe. Like, I've always said he's more Ryback than Goldberg in my mind, right? And you hate them both, so I don't know whether that's much of a.
Honestly, the thing for me, if Strowman couldn't be considered a good world champion,
but he still was.
This guy's got less about him than Strowman.
Yeah. I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
He's massively overhyped. He's got no charisma. He can just shout, bark, and run really fast.
And
he's an athlete.
It's little things for me, but the fact that he has to write badass on his clothes, like,
kids, you don't know.
You know why that is?
Because
he's not.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I could see him being a world champion. I don't think he should be, nor does he really deserve to be.
Okay,
but
I feel like you're handling this hot take quite well. So, in terms of a scoffle level, then.
I think he's easing me in on the scoffle level
so
here.
On the actual hot take being that he is a future world champion. That was what I considered the hot take.
I think that's a 1. That's low.
Okay, it's the lowest one.
That's easy. That's
We're easing you in. We're easing you in.
That's like ketchup.
And it's funny because this is random as well. I've got my notes, but I don't know what picture's coming up next. So it's not like I planned this, but that's we're introducing you to a mild one.
Okay, let's not go straight
as mid as his career.
Okay, I can see Cody What's Cody doing?
Okay, this is actually something I've moaned about before. They aren't all stuff that I've moaned about before.
I wonder where these hot takes have come from.
But this come from Reddit.
Okay.
On a hot takes discussion post.
Okay.
And that was that the Crossroads is a weak finisher, especially for a world champion. And Cody should change it.
I fucking agree. 1,000,000%. Nothing grinds my gears more at the minute in wrestling than that fucking Crossroads. Why has he got to hit it 3 times? What, like, has he not learnt as well that typically after he's hit it twice, someone's going to either hit him with a thumb to the neck or do something stupid and get out of it? Right?
Be hitting him with a thumb to the neck, pal.
So many people. But, like, it's fucking stupid. Like, who has to hit the finishing move 3 times in a row?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Like, Eddie Guerrero did the fucking 3 Amigos sound.
But the move was the 3 Amigos. Yeah. This isn't the 3 fucking Crossroads.
Like, I don't know where it's come from, though. Like, he did it, like, once or twice, and I thought, okay, well, he really needs to put this guy away, so he's doing it, the trifecta, fine. Every fucking week. It's shit.
Yeah.
He's fucking,
now,
he can't help himself.
But here's the thing, though, this is my question, though, because I know that on your perspective, like, it's the repetition that he's insisted on doing that's making it worse. But let's say he hadn't been doing that, and it was just treated as his finisher, one and done.
Yeah.
Would it still look weak? And should it still be changed? Because I think it looks pretty piss anyway.
I don't think it's that bad. It's an awkward one for people to take. Some people are amazing at it. Some people are really fucking clunky when they're trying to take it. So it's not an easy one to do. But ultimately,
seems like a complicated cutter.
Well, yeah, it's like a cutter / DDT. And like the thing that's annoying is, and you know, shout out to Jake the Snake on this, is there was one point in time before every fucker had a DDT in the repertoire when the DDT was a fucking finishing move. You got someone's head and you spiked it into the floor. They're dead. Yeah. That's pretty sick. Now everyone does it.
Yeah.
Same with the super kick.
Part of the moveset.
Yeah. Everyone does
the super kick. Yeah. Well overdone.
100%.
But
so for me,
trust Cody to overproduce a fucking move.
Yeah.
Sorry, Connor.
But like for me, it's still a variation of kind of getting someone almost spiking them in a really awkward way. So
I think that's the bit that I think it's a bit pissed off me because from an audience perspective, you don't see the spike; you see him land on his back more than anything.
That's it. Like,
so it's hard to even see how devastating that could be because you don't see the impact. I know, obviously, you're protecting the other wrestler in reality, so you don't want people to see the impact.
Yeah.
But like the Brogue kick and the Claymore look devastating. DDTs look devastating. You know, the Dirty Deeds look devastating. So it's not like you can't make something look devastating.
No,
you can't see the impact on this, and that's kind of the issue.
There was some guy, I don't know if you remember, who was like playing an extra, like a security guard or something, and Cody was like, "I'm angry," and like he hit it on some security guard, and he proper spiked him, and it was the best sell I've ever seen of that move. And I was like, "Okay, that's how people should take this move."
Nice security guard, nice.
But they don't, unfortunately. No. So yeah, it's I'm going to try and have a comparison here. Christian Cage's Unprettier, like. It's a lot of messing around to get there, but then you kind of draw it and you're like, So I kind of rank it a bit similar in a sense because it's clunky, but should be effective. And not everyone can take it. But what's good with it as well is he can sort of hit it out of nowhere to a degree. And I like a finishing move like that. That doesn't require loads of setup.
It's not like a KO though, is it?
No, fuck no. Of course not.
So do you think it should be changed?
I mean, I'm happy with it. If he just did it once, but I think he's ruined it for himself. So I think he could probably do with a new finisher now. All his other moves suck as well. The Cody cutter, terrible. You can't hit that right either. The disaster kick, terrible. Like he's got no good moves.
No, except the ones he steals from his dad.
Yeah, to be fair. So bionic elbow it is. So from a scoffle scale standpoint, I've fucking got no idea where where does that sit? Because I agree with it so much. Does that mean it's?
Well, I guess they make the take not very hot then. Yeah. Because it's quite a point you can agree on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I've confused
myself. We should know our own scale.
No, I would suggest that the hotter the take would be the like, that's so wild that it's hot. You know what I mean? So I would imagine because you agree with it, it's not that hot for you.
Okay. Yeah. So again, another easy one.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Easing me in here. We've gone from
because the hot take was Breaker being a future world champion. You agreed with, so it was Miles.
Yeah.
And you agree with this one, so the concept works, Carl.
Okay,
stop picking on the concept, will you?
I'm just confused by the old. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh God.
An oldie but a goodie, Carl. But it's one of the things that seem to keep cropping up on the internet. as far as hot takes go, because there's so much debate over this, and there always has been, and it's a conversation that many people have had, conversation we've probably had. But the hot take, Carl, that I'm going to introduce as, I think we should bring a classic into this new concept for the show we've got, is that the Montreal Screwjob was a work. It was a complete work.
It fucking wasn't a work.
Oh, this is getting a bit hot enough. Okay.
Oh, it does my fucking head in this. Well, what's that Hulk Hogan thing you put on Twitter a while ago? Jabroni Marks, who fucking don't know when a work's a work and work himself into a shoot, brother. That's what people have done. They've literally gone, actually, WWF turned around after this, and I wonder whether Brett and Vince struck up a deal to, did they fuck? Brett and Shawn hate each other, and Brett was, didn't want to drop the belt for that reason. Didn't, he had creative control, didn't have to, and Vince fucked him over. And
the thing is, right, if this is a work, this is probably be the most impressive bit of work that's ever been done.
God, yeah.
Because that means Bret Hart was working this work for 20 years?
Yeah. And
maybe less. I maybe exaggerated that.
Yeah.
But he did not speak to the company for a long fucking time.
No.
That's that's a hell of a work.
It's a complete conspiracy theory, isn't it? Let's be honest. And you can see why people make that connection, because he was filming a documentary at the time, and he caught some footage after he'd knocked out Vince McMahon, and the whole thing, the backstage drama was all there, but it obviously wasn't. You know what I mean? It legit happened. Elle, very much fucking got told, you're going to get sacked unless you do this. And, even if people think it was kept between just Brett and Vince or something, it's just ludicrous. There's no way. No way at all. And you pissed me off, whoever suggested it. I wish you did have credit.
Okay, so what's the scoffle level on that one, Carl?
Kind of feels like I've just gone fucking... It's not quite the bomb, but it's up there. It's up there. Yeah, I'm going to a 4 out of 5.
Well, you're going for a 4? Yeah. Damn.
Just because it's so fucking stupid.
Okay,
How can people think that?
Look, he's having a drink of it. He's having to wash his mouth out with this.
This guy right here, for anyone watching, Bret the Hitman Hart.
I'm all right.
Not a liar.
Goldberg, that was a work as well.
Fucking fools. Anyway.
Damn.
Good old JR. Oh, he's on there too. I love how everyone we can just point to. Can we point to anyone?
This is a bit of a mean hot take for me.
Oh, okay.
So I want to be clear. This is one of the first ones of the night. What I have to do, I want to be clear. These are things we found. These are not our personal opinions.
Everyone get ready to clip this and soundbite this now.
Jim Ross is overrated. Never really was a very good commentator.
Well, that's a load of shit, isn't it? Yeah, that's a hot take.
It's a hot take. Very hot take.
He's the voice of
for the
generation.
For the record, this span off people saying, "Oh, he shouldn't be doing commentary now in AEW," which probably is closer to a real point.
Yeah,
the man's just enjoying himself. Oh yeah, he might not be as on point as he was. Fine, doesn't fucking matter. He's a legend. But
yeah,
it's sort of span off that. People going, "I was always overrated," and you're like, "Come on."
That's he's literally got some of the best calls in the entire history of WWE. You know what I mean?
To me, I think this is people looking at now. It's what they're doing with Jericho as well. They just sort of forget all of Jericho's history so they can go, he's shit anyway. He's overrated. And you go, no, he's not.
Recency
Jericho's
bias.
a legend. Yeah. And there's a real recency bias with this comment, I reckon.
Yeah.
But fuck it, it's hot take, and that's what the point of the show is. So, hot take, overrated JR.
Is he? Fuck no. JR is a legend. He's not my favourite commentator. He's him and King are up there, but they're no Bobby and...
I mean, him and King were part of the Attitude Era.
Yeah, of course they were. But the amount of calls that Jim Ross has made, when Foley got thrown off the cell and stuff like that, it's by God, he killed him.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's been broken in there.
It's part of that memory, isn't it?
Yeah, that... everyone seems to love Michael Cole these days as well, so he's brilliant, he's the best. And it's 3 years ago, people were saying he's fucking awful, and it's the worst. I don't know where these perceptions have all changed from.
See, I think it's time. Michael Cole was mid, but then he was mid for decades, so everyone's oh, he's a ledge.
Yeah.
He's just ledge by default now.
Yeah. And then, someone who actually is a ledge is no longer a ledge because every now and again he gets to commentate on a match and doesn't, he makes a few mistakes.
Club the line here and then, you're like, oh yeah, he's missed a step, and you go, yeah, well, he's put how many years in?
Yeah, that's just bullshit, isn't it? But then again, going back to the whole Bret Hart thing, people don't think Bret Hart's that good because you saw him have that match with like Vince at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know, right?
After he's had a stroke and everything, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, it's like people just recency bias.
Yeah, you don't understand that. There was times before they started watching things where stuff happened.
Before.
But no, Jim Ross is a ledge. He's got some of the best calls of all time, and he's got to be top 5 announcers of all time.
Speaking of a top 5, where's this hint on the scuffle level for you? It's a little bit spicy.
Again, it is very spicy. Yeah. I feel like I should have given the Montreal Screwjob a 5 to be fair, but I'm going to give this a 4 as well.
Okay.
Because it is ludicrous.
There's no hard and fast rules. You're going to go back and give the Screwjob a 5.
I just think that's so ridiculous, though. You know what I mean? So yeah, fuck it. Yeah, okay. Screwjob gets a 5. Okay. This gets a 4.
Okay, we might have to introduce a 10.
Yeah. So the Montreal Screwjob is my the bomb, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Based on I think so.
I need to take a lap right now of how much it's offended me.
Okay.
Oh no.
I personally don't.
Your fathers.
I think this is one of them things where you go, you know what? People are going to have their opinions on this.
Okay.
And I get why it could be considered a hot take. I don't think it's that hot a take. I wouldn't. I don't know how I feel about it, but I wouldn't necessarily disagree with anyone's opinion on this, right? Mm-hmm. And the take is that Christian is a better wrestler than Edge. All rounder.
Oh.
And I think they've both had enough of a career now where if Christian's your favourite, fine. If Edge is your favourite, fine. I think the majority would probably go with Edge. I think Edge has probably had the bigger pop career-wise.
What do they mean when they say better wrestler?
We're not talking career highlights or anything here. We're talking a better wrestler. So all-rounder, better on the mic and better in the ring. So it doesn't necessarily mean he's had to have had the most championships or had the bigger career. But as a wrestler, better.
It's Edge though, isn't it?
I know, but this is my point. I don't consider it a massively hot take because if you're a big fan of Christian and you think he's better, that's not the hottest take to me.
Well, yeah, but, it's opinions. You know what I mean? That one's not oh my god, how? It's not like you're saying fucking Gilbert.
Well, exactly. It's not crazy because Christian is a really super talented guy.
Well, they were how many time tag team champions? They were on par for many a year, and they're probably there or thereabouts.
I dare say it's hard because Edge was clearly the breakout star of the two of them.
Yeah.
But to be fair, in quite a unique way, they both kind of broke out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because Christian came into his own. I think, to be honest, he probably had to leave WWE to come into his own.
Well, do you know what?
But he came into his own.
Christian came into his own in WWE before Edge did because he had the whole peeps and
I think to get the appreciation, he had to leave WWE because Edge was massive with the rated R stuff.
Yeah.
And Christian was awesome. But I think he had to do his own thing. He had to forge his own path. And I think TNA Christian and then building himself up and coming back is probably what sort of helped.
He gets mad respect for that, to be fair. I thought Edge was going to be a WWE lifer, so him rocking up in AEW, I was like, what? But, Christian was just, I'm going to go and do this, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go and do this, and do whatever you want. So, fair play. But, spiciness level, scoffle level, not that spicy because
it's
not much
fair.
in it.
It's fair.
I think Edge.
On the board, I can totally get that the majority would go with Edge, so it can be considered a hot take on that basis. But yeah,
okay,
we're going with it.
What do you people think?
What was the number? 2? What did you say?
I think that's a 1.
A 1? Okay.
I don't even think it's that. It's just.
I'd say it's a little spicier.
It's opinion, isn't it?
A little spicier than Braun. Well, you've just fully agreed with it. You don't necessarily agree that he's a better wrestler, so
okay,
it's got to be a little spicy.
Give it a 2. Give it a 2. Still getting used to this scale.
Nice.
The whole the bomb incident means I can't.
Yeah, you've lost your taste buds now.
I can't scoff anymore. Okay. Here's Maxwell.
Okay, this is a hot take you've probably heard a few times, but I don't think we've discussed it, so I'll throw it on here. And the hot take is that MJF.
MJF. What about
MJF is not actually that good a talker, and his skill on the mic has been over exaggerated.
So it's an interesting one because I don't know. Are they making a comparative there? Do they mean today with who's active now?
Well, it seemed to be under a modern lens, but they haven't been there's not a lot of detail on some of these hot takes. It's just he's overrated. He's not as good a talker as people make him out to be. Some people have cited the stuff he talks about. It's almost like playground kind of thing, and you go, well, some of the best talkers in the business have been considered playground insults and stuff like that. I mean, John Cena's comebacks are often playgroundy, aren't they?
Oh, 100%.
The Rock was, as much as people love The Rock, he's done some fantastic work, even very recently. If you look at his heyday when he came big, it was mostly catchphrases.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, there was other bits to it,
Mm.
because we've talked about that before as well, where if you come out and you say the same catchphrases and they don't connect to anything, it makes it harder for people to just carry on with that person, because there's no story around it.
Yeah.
So you need like the bits that people look for, but then you need the other substance as well. Mm-hmm. So The Rock had probably that blend. And I personally think MJF is good at reading a situation and good at getting heat. I think he makes a better heel than a face because of it.
Yeah.
Would you be considered the greatest talker? Like if you were to say, greatest talker of all time, would he even be in the conversation for you?
Of all time?
Well, we'll start there.
You know what I mean? It's a difficult one to say that, because there's been so many great talkers. Do you know what I mean? The thing is with it, I think people have overrated MJF to a degree, where they've gone, he is a mate, you know what I mean? And it's kind of, it's like, he's very good. If you look at who's out there now, talker-wise, he's right up there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But there are people who's like, he's like the best talker ever. And it's like, I'm not sure that he is, to be fair. But you give that man a mic and it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
He's going to make you laugh, or he's going to make you hate him. And that's all you can do as a wrestler. Yeah. So I think he's a fantastic talker. I think he's one of the top talkers out there.
Under modern day, and I'll get a little bit of flack for this, but because I've not got that much
again. We just got everyone on the wall.
I've not got that much of an issue with LA Knight, but you look at modern day talkers and people who are considered good talkers.
He mops the floor with LA Knight.
He does, and that's the thing. LA Knight is considered great on the mic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
yeah.
Comparatively, MJF's better. So arguably, modern day, he's probably one of the best. But could he be considered the best, or even a future conversation of who are the best talkers in wrestling? Will he be in that contention? Don't know.
He's very good. It's a hard one to say. He's no Piper, you know what I mean?
So I'll go back to the take, is that he's not a good talker, was the take.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Because he is. He's a very, very good
talker. This is quite a spicy take.
Yeah.
Because you don't agree with the actual take.
No, I don't agree with that. They've said he's not a very good talker.
The take was he's not a good talker, or not as good a talker as people claim, to be fair.
See, that's what's difficult, because I do think people claim he is fucking God. And it's like, no, he's good.
Yeah.
And he's
probably, so it's the perspective of what people claim.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know what I mean? He is a very good talker. I'd maybe give it a 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
mid.
Yeah. That's exactly. Sums it up perfectly. Mid. Ryback.
This one was spicy, even writing the fucker down.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Ryback had the it factor.
You're not missing an S and a H in front of that?
I think so. But he had the it factor and was only hindered in WWE because he came up in the Summer of Punk. So he was overshadowed by the Summer of Punk, but he had the it factor and could have been their top star. That's the take.
Wow.
And that's just, I'm confident Ryback wrote it.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, let's go back to the Braun Breaker shit again, shall we? The dude has had a great physique. Vince McMahon was probably creaming his kecks every time he was coming down the ring. Vince was coming down his pants, probably. But again, he had no personality. I mean, he just shouts a lot.
That picture there, he's actually he's just seen a message from Vince.
Yeah.
A video message.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he had the look, but he didn't have the in-ring ability, and he didn't have any charisma or the ability to talk, so you can't be a top star. If anything, and maybe this is a hot take, I don't know how you feel about it, I'd say Braun Breaker's had a better chance of being a world champion than he ever did. Because at least he's got the athletic ability.
This is going to sound weird coming out of me, right? But Breaker's actually more likable.
Yeah.
Ryback always had this issue of he believed in himself a bit too much, so it wasn't confidence, it was just fucking arrogance, and he come across. And at the time, it's was that a heel thing he was doing? But then he's kind of proven that that's just who he is. Breaker's, Breaker will be able to be a face because he is more likable, as much as I fucking moan.
Yeah.
So you're
At
right.
the end of the day, Ryback was Skip Sheffield, a cowboy guy who then they threw in the Nexus for some reason. And then he went, this hasn't really been... What if there was like Ultimate Warrior mixed with John Cena? I'll wear bright colours and have a muscly body. But then I'll just not be able to talk or wrestle.
And they forget his "Feed Me More" catchphrase came from catering. That's where he spent most of his career.
Even the laugh was evil when it was like, yeah, it's a spicy one. This no chance. Because of the if there wasn't the Summer of Punk, Ryback would have been the.
That's the line that makes me go. Did Ryback write this?
What? That's a 4. That's a 4 on the scale. What a load of bollocks.
Wild, isn't it? Wild
bollocks. That is. Wish the dude all the best, but come on. Oh, look.
Okay, so I actually think there's some merit in this. I think you might even come across as this as not being that hot a take.
Okay.
But the take is that Scott Steiner was actually pretty bomb on the mic.
Come on. No, he wasn't.
It was wild as fuck. It was wild as fuck. But you were engaged when he was on the mic. You wanted to know what he was going to fucking say next. And he could be considered good on the mic because he had the audience.
No fucking chance. You could barely understand what the guy was saying.
That was some of the fun of it.
He had some catchphrases, which everybody seemed to get on board with. Don't get me wrong. But, and you just be like, fucking
But
what?
even the mad shit though, like I've seen that clip recently in TNA where he's with Bully Ray and he's saying about 9 days a week and he's like, what? It's just shit like that you're like, the fuck?
Like, I think whether it was intentional or not, he was a fantastic little comedy character, I think, at times. But no, he was not a good talker, my
So you don't think he was actually good on the mic?
No, was he bollocks?
No?
People love the Steiner math thing and all that, but it's the ridiculousness of it. It's not like because that was eloquent or that was well thought through.
But does being considered good on the mic? What are the factors for being good on the mic? He had the audience engaged.
Being able to understand what the fuck he's saying.
Oh, okay, that's probably a key one.
Not just saying catchphrase after catchphrase after catchphrase. Not getting lost in what you're saying and having to say the same thing 4 times in a row. Do I go on?
So good. But you remember it. You remember it.
No.
Fine. How hot are you calling that take then? Got to be up there if you don't agree that he was a good talker.
What did it say? What was the actual take?
The actual take, hang on, let me find it. Scott Steiner was fire on the mic. I actually said the bomb, but was fire on the mic.
That's bullshit. That's a 4. 100% a 4. He was not fire on the fucking mic. He was turd on the mic. Oh, dead man.
I want to be clear. This is not my opinion.
Ooh.
Right? It's not my opinion.
Ooh.
You know me. Right?
I know you love Taker,
right?
so I'm fearing the worst here.
The bulk of Undertaker's career was mid. This sparked a whole conversation on Reddit, right? That was the comment. His career was actually quite mid overall, right? And then people were like, oh yeah, I hated all the American Badass stuff and this, that, and next thing. Basically anything that went classic Undertaker, Dead Man Walking stuff was just, they didn't like it. And I'm like, I started watching it when he was the American Badass, when, it was like, oh, you've done it now. And it's like, yeah, badass, coming in on the motorbike. I fucking loved it. And then when he had the match with Kane and he came back as the original Undertaker, that was awesome too. This man, fucking legend. So I find this really hard one to go with. But I thought, I'll throw it in the mix because it is a wild take. That's the whole aim of the game. And I'm curious, is there any belief that you think that his career is sort of, people remember the bigger part of him being the Undertaker, that they forgive like everything else being mid, or do you not consider that stuff mid? Because I don't. But
his whole career was epic. I don't understand.
I agree.
What the fuck they're on about.
I think if he'd have never changed up his gimmick, he probably wouldn't have lasted the same length of time.
From his debut, where it was like, who the fuck is this guy, to pairing him with Paul Bearer and to have an Undertaker. How many iconic moments has this man had? Undertaker versus Undertaker, fucking Undertaker versus Kane, Mankind in a Hell in a Cell match, his WrestleMania streak. Fucking, it's everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
How is it mid?
Mid. Like,
yeah.
He's responsible for probably, I don't know, 3 of the top 10 moments, if not more, in all of WWE history. Could be more.
It's fucking wild, isn't it? Like, I know I'm not doing the scuffle level, but it's a 5 for me.
The end of the streak. that fucking moment is insane. Like, he's had that many moments. It's mid. Fucking mid. Is that the same person who said fucking
I didn't know. Maybe this fucking psycho did. I don't know. But mid, Carl. That's what they're trying to say. It's a 5 for me. How are you feeling?
I don't think it's not as ludicrous as saying the Montreal Screwjob was fake. So it's a 4. I think he'd have to be fucking insane to get a 5. But it is bullshit. Because it comes back to like opinions. People might just hate a wrestler, do you know what I mean? But you could never say his career was mid. No chance.
No, that's the thing.
At all.
I think, I go back to, I think his willingness to change up his gimmick was probably been the saving grace for him, because people would have been like, oh, I'm sick of this stuff. Especially when they were going through their reality era where it was like, well, we're not really, zombies.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So, like, he obviously had to change it up. And I've always got an affinity for the American Badass anyway. So.
Yeah. I think it was absolutely awesome. All of it.
Yeah,
was good.
Whole fucking career.
Even when he debuted as the American Badass, and had those little creepy girls like Ring of Roses and all that. I was like, oh,
yeah, like, it was awesome. That remember that
fucking fool for
crazy shit.
Crazy shit.
Okay, this is the one, Carl. This is a hot take from Cody Rhodes himself, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Because I found myself like, really? Right. The hot take from Cody Rhodes was that Stephen Amell is one good match away from being Hall of Fame worthy.
Does that mean if he has one good match? Because
basically because Stephen Amell had a bit of a back and forth with Cody when he was Stardust, so they fucking love each other now, I guess. But like that was allegedly Cody Rhodes' comments, is that he's a good match away from being like Snoop Dogg kind of Hall of Fame inductee, not like a proper inductee, but an honorary inductee. And I'm like, well, they're kind of fast and loose when you get inducted. But let's, all due respect to Stephen Amell's career, he's done heels. Okay, fair enough, right? But what, like, is he even that sort of noteworthy or memorable within wrestling to be considered Hall of Fame worthy? Like, are we really going to be that like fast and loose with it? I don't know. I found it a very hot take, but I'm just thought I'll throw it out there for you. One good match away, Carl.
Like, could I see him ending up in the WWE Hall of Fame as like part of the celebrity wing? Probably, because every fucker's in there. Do you know what I mean? But even you look at people like Bad Bunny and stuff, it's like, well, he's had more matches.
Yeah. I know, Snoop Dogg's done more.
Yeah. I'd say he's hosted WrestleMania and everything. Yeah. And like a lot of the time they contribute music and things as well. So no, I don't think he's one good match away from being in the Hall of Fame, but could he end up getting in there at some point because he's some kind of celebrity? Like maybe as a movie that takes off really big and they want to be associated with him? Yeah, I could see that. But
yeah, I'm just going to show Carl for verification.
I appreciate that. Cody thinks I'm one good WWE match away from maybe eventually getting the Snoop Dogg treatment going into the Hall of Fame.
So no one can say that hasn't actually been out there. That was on Van Vliet by Stephen Amell himself. So I'm not lying.
Yeah. I mean, I don't agree with it, but WWE have done crazy as shit. A 3?
We'll go with a 3.
Even if he has one good match.
To be honest, it's that bit that's the bit that I consider the hot take is what it's only one good match. Like his contribution so far, he's only one good match away. I'm like, how have you equated it to one good match? Like that's because
he's Cody Rhodes. He doesn't live on this planet, does he? Let's be honest.
There you go.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm curious how you feel about this because I can see the merit. I don't think it's particularly wild from the person who made it because they even substantiated it a little bit. War Games, the match.
War Games
are actually kind of boring. There's too many moving parts. They're quite hard to watch, and overall, they end up being less entertaining. That's the overall take. I'm not gonna come at them if you love a good War Games match. Because I think there's some merits there. But that's the hot take, is that War Games are actually a boring match.
You know what? I don't massively disagree.
This is the difficult thing.
To be fair.
There's been some iconic moments within War Games matches. Like with the Bloodline stuff, like the Sami Zayn stuff was in the War Games match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, like, you can't deny those moments, but the people, I think eventually when you think back on those moments, you probably won't even remember it was in War Games.
No.
So
I also think
the match itself didn't really affect that.
It's kind of ruined Survivor Series as well. I used to love the idea of having like a team of like, scallywags having to work together.
Just scallywags.
Then they ruined that with the fucking roster wars, and then they're like, we'll do more games instead. Yeah, I much prefer like a Hell in a Cell or a steel cage match or something. I don't really even like the concept of like someone comes in every now and again, and it's like then they have the advantage every time. You know what I mean? The concept of it's a bit weird. The 2 rings is a bit weird. It kind of ruins the whole rest of your show as well, because you've got to have 2 rings there the whole time. You can't just like build a ring. So I'm not a massive fan of it, actually. I don't think it's that spicy of a take.
Okay.
Well,
like a 2?
Yeah, maybe like a 2. Because I wouldn't say they're boring as such, but not my favourite.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah,
they're no Royal Rumble.
Nothing is. Nothing is. There were some mighty good hot takes there.
Would you like a bonus hot take?
Go on.
Just because you mentioned it in Talking War Games, you mentioned steel cages. One of the ones that I was tempted to put on, and I'll throw it out there. We haven't got a graphic for it, obviously, but I'll throw it out there. Is that steel cage matches are better when the stipulation is to get over the top.
Yeah, 100%.
Escaping through the door, even allowing a pin. Ruins the match.
Yeah, of course it does. What's the point of being trapped in a cage and then? Oh, actually, yeah. I'm not so bothered about the pin. I'm bothered about the door. To be fair,
yeah,
because like it's been overused as well. The door spot, like someone's about to, and then all of a sudden the door gets slammed in the face or they get pulled. But you know what I mean? It's the same.
Shout out to Mark Henry though.
Yeah,
remember that
when the thing was stuck and he'd actually literally rip it off himself.
Yeah,
with his bare hands.
It hadn't been rigged, so he just had to do it because he was a fucking madman anyway.
He is a madman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I much prefer when you've got to try and climb over the top to get out. But I don't mind the pinfall aspect of it. The beauty of a steel cage match is like there's no escape, so you've got to settle your shit in the ring.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with it being settled with a pin. But then to escape over the door.
I've always liked the notable difference. Like, obviously, there are a few differences before anyone comes at me. The notable difference between the Hell in a Cell and the steel cage was the Hell in a Cell, the escape wasn't the plan.
Yeah.
So you had to do the pin. It was just lock them in a cell and they just fight it out. And I always thought that was where you settle your beef. With the steel cage, I've always thought that that's one of the bigger and better differences for me, is that the point of the steel cage is the aim of the game is to escape the cage.
Yeah.
And I think the door spot is not as good.
That's it. Like, it's literally, can you open the door for me? Yeah, sure. It's like the fucking...
Thanks.
What's the right terminology to use? Like the Gen whatever version of a steel cage. And it's like, I don't want to climb that. Just open the door for me. You know what I mean? Lazy bastard. But no, I agree. Climb over the cage or pin. For me. But that was spicy.
Yeah.
It was very spicy.
Yeah.
We have...
So you're going to need some milk?
I am going to need some milk. I've actually got some burps going on as well, to be fair. I think the Bret Hart thing has given me heartburn. I'm not going to lie.
Got Bret Hart.
Do you have Bret Hartburn? Fuck you, Bill Goldberg. Then, if you've got Bret Hartburn, then you should check out the A2theK Foundation. Tell them all about it, Anthony. You do a better job.
So, the A2theK Foundation are a local charity. So, for those in the US, keep an eye, support them social media-wise, because that helps everybody. But right now, it's a local thing. So, as I say, the support online is still immense. But the idea behind them is that they're doing toy drives. Right now, they've got the Toy Rumble.
Yeah.
And the idea is that they want to collect as many toys they can from fans. Get them all cleaned up and then give them to people who like need them basically for Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's to give to the less needy, but it's also to share the love of wrestling and to share that community that we all have. Right.
Give to the more needy. The less needy?
I said that wrong, you're right. Give to the more needy.
Give to the less needy.
Come to me. Have some more. So they're given to the needy. And I say it's not just to do something nice for people who could need a gift. It is obviously to share that love of community and that love of wrestling as well. And I think it's a wonderful idea. It's there's some wonderful people behind it. And they could do with, as I say, every ounce of support. So even if you're not in the country and you're in the States, your support could be sharing the message, offering them follows, helping the social media so that they can get they can be seen by the algorithm. All these things help. So it's not just about giving the toys. So do anything you can. And we're obviously going to put the details in the description here.
Yes, we will. So check them out.
So
available. They're available everywhere. Check them out on Instagram, on the website as well. So check all that stuff out. But yeah, thanks for tuning along to another Hot Takes. I love that. I love doing these.
I do, and I don't care if nobody wants to. I'm still fucking doing them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you got any hot takes, what did you think of some of these hot takes? Let us know. And if you want to submit some hot takes, maybe we'll do that for the next one.
Should we try and put like a thing out there? Like,
check out
socials,
our Instagram for the next time.
Offer your hot takes.
Yeah, give us a rest.
And you know what? If you're brave enough and you want to put your hot takes out there and you want to be credited, then let us know and we'll tell people. This is their socials. This is what they said. Come at them.
Go and get them. Sick
if you want the debate. But no, genuinely though, like we've credited other Instagram accounts before who've collated hot takes and we've basically stole them. So genuinely, if you want to offer your hot takes and you either do or don't want to be credited, that's fine either way. But if you want to shout out whilst we're giving the hot take, then by all means.
By all means. But yeah, do the usual. Click all the things, like all the things, download the things, enjoy the things, and we will catch you the next time we do the thing.